Welcome back to Red Pen of Destiny. Unfortunately, had a bit of an audio issue recording this, so this is overdubbed audio. I think I accidentally overclocked my mixing board trying to get my voice higher than the game. It's a bit of a balancing act. Go too loud and you get a lot of nasty fuzz. And here's me crashing almost immediately. That was a clincher, that one. Almost lost it. And of course I pulled, ouch. That really hit my, and then I pulled myself into the pole, so I couldn't go backwards anymore. I had to do this very precarious turn and and then I thought the front wheel was going to overhang, but I actually stayed on the bridge, so just barely. Oh, that was close. So we're off to fix the Tayga truck. Probably pull up a map at some point and show it off. Of course, the audio will have to be wiped because the game audio and my voice are mixed together in the video file. And I figured that no sound is better than the horrible distorted buzzy sound that you got in the original recording. Quite unfortunate, but don't really have a way to re-record. I guess I should start having an extra save so that we can avoid this situation or fix this situation. See, there's the Tayga. The Tayga. We're really motoring through the Russian trucks right now. Should be moving on to the next Russian map on the next video. I was sort of considering just buying a Russian truck, but seeing as we've been saving for a much more expensive truck, that seemed like a weird jump to make, and I'm actually not 100% on which vehicles we can collect and which ones we can't. The game makes it kind of confusing when it lets you rescue vehicles but doesn't let you keep them. But I noticed that the Russian Jeep is, or it's not really a Jeep, it's more of a, it basically looks like a Ford Bronco, an old Ford Bronco. It's only $7,000 and I've got like 40, so I could just make that an episode. But I think I might just go back to Michigan to buy the truck, and then I can see what the list that I was working with from the beginning is, because we know we've collected all of the American trucks. So, but I guess at the very least, we're buying a truck that we cannot afford yet, or that we can just about afford. I'm really wondering how long it's going to take to earn the money for all the trucks. We might have to do a lot of activities to do that, because some of those trucks are really expensive. Enjoying this log path thing here. It's very bumpy. So I should explain, right now we're off to collect the service trailer, which is just up ahead in that little facility. The oil tanker we need has already been delivered to the truck, so we just need the service parts. And I actually found out in this episode that it requires tires, but it didn't require me to fix the tires, so I don't know what's up with that. It says that it needs new tires, but then I didn't have to put new tires on it. So I'm not sure what was up with that. But yeah, the old Royale here is, this is the Royale, right? I think it's the Royale. Is handling the mud quite nicely. Will not handle the mud quite so nicely once we get the trailer, but you know. Yeah, the unladen trucks work a lot better than the laden ones, that's for sure. And then we turn in this way. I'm having some weird camera issues there because of the close buildings. And then I drove here and went, that doesn't work. To turn around, fix the problem. That's my neighbor's Subaru. At least I assume it's a Subaru. It's very loud. I don't know if you can hear that. Must be straight piped. It's one of those Toyota FRSs or Subaru BRZs, whichever. They're the same. So, anyway. It's just rammed out. I was afraid I was about to glitch the game here because that happened. I thought the truck wasn't going to go forward, but I accidentally put the parking brake on. Oh, I was in the menu. That was why it didn't work. But off we go. So I do like the architecture. And then I went, I'm not going to make that corner, so I had to go into a full circle. I like the Soviet-style architecture they have here. It's very... Oh, and I ran into a fence. Sorry. It's very Soviet, that building there in particular. See if we can make it out without crashing. Trucks always feel a little iffy in tight spaces. So I think we decide we're going to go up that way. We're going to take the right, cross the road, and then enter the other main road. Ooh, that's a deep hole, that one there. Yeah, you can see the truck's going a lot slower than it was before. Hopefully the audio synced up okay. I don't know how well it's going to do, but... Yeah. Well, it felt a bit rusty playing Snowrunner. I haven't recorded a video for a month. I've been working on the Prodigy videos recently. Kind of took a break. Kind of got myself really far ahead so I could take a nice break, and then finally getting back to it now. Just had to familiarize myself with the game again. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the first recording with my new processor. I couldn't get it to work before, so I jumped from an i3 to an i7. And it's still a very old computer with a pretty basic graphics card, but at least the CPU is a i7. It's an i7 from 2011, but it's still an i7. And it seems to have greatly improved everything. I mean, because all I need this computer to do is to record from a capture card, really. I'm going to push it to record Wreckfest, but I'm not certain that's going to go well, because I have a PC copy of that, not a PS4 copy. But I'm thinking about just building a new PC. Probably give myself about $1,000 budget. But I just dropped $1,000 on a new electric scooter, so that's not happening anytime soon. Yeah, probably have the video up of that. The old scooter just conked out on me, or at least the charger did, and I couldn't find a charger for it because it uses the world's most obscure charger for some reason. Hopefully, don't have that problem with the new one. But I had that scooter for a while. It was kind of before. I got it like basically the year that the whole Lime scooter thing started coming out. 2016, I think. The same period where hoverboards were everywhere, and everybody thought that any lithium-ion product would spontaneously combust. No, that was just some of the poorly made, cheap hoverboards that did that. Most lithium-ion products are pretty safe. They do not randomly explode. But yeah, I think it was a pretty obscure scooter. It was the cheapest lithium-ion scooter at the time, and it was great, actually. It's a great scooter, but it's just it got discontinued, and the charger wasn't used on Anker's newer models, so it's just, yeah. But considering it was the cheapest, it had a lot of features. It had brake light, headlight. Had something else cool that I forget. Oh, it had a horn, which was pretty cool. My new one is just basic. It just has, I don't think it even has a light. It just has the, it doesn't even have a readout. Like the old scooter had a readout. This one just has some little lights. But it's got, the old scooter was 400, so it's got 3 times the power. So it should be fast. Or I think it's supposed to do about 30. I'm hopefully going to be recording some videos with it. Going to go and do numbered streets with 2 in them. So hopefully go down to Austin 2nd Street and do cycle route number 2. Really hoping to start getting those videos out. I've got I got some stuff filmed because I did stuff. I borrowed. I went out with my friend and his Miata. We had a go at that. It was interesting. And get some more practice driving stick, which I don't get much opportunity to do. We went out and did Texas Highway 142, which was conveniently close to us and isn't very long. So that was pretty cool. That's the one thing I'm really hyped about the new scooter is it can do all of the Texas highways I want it to. We don't have a Highway 2 in Texas, so that's not an issue. That would probably be an issue if one existed, but it does not. But it can do Farm to Market Road 2. It can do Loop 2. Though pedal car could do Loop 2. It's like 10 blocks. What was the other one it could do? Did Loop? Oh, Park Road 2. We can get out to that eventually. I'm trying to do those like as I'm already in the area. Avoid driving out there just for that. Let's see. Just want to see what the route we did was. Yeah, 142. So we drove the entire length of that, all 17 miles or something. It's a very short highway, but it's an experience. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have done Texas Loop 2. I'll have done 2nd Street in Austin, cycle route, and hopefully Texas 160, which I'll be out near in December. Short little highway in North Texas, or I don't like calling the Dallas area North Texas. I like the Panhandle is North Texas, isn't it? It's way further north. Did I figure out how the headlights work yet? I was trying to have problems with that. Because for some reason they didn't, like, you can't see it because I put the webcam in front of it, but when you pull a button, I forget which one, it gives you a list of options. It gives you handbrake, the gears, but it doesn't tell you that one of those buttons, that a button is the light button, and you have to be holding that button down to turn the lights on. It's a bit like the old Assassin's Creed games where there was like different modes which would change what the buttons did. Oh, I remember what happened here. So I thought the path went this way, and it doesn't. It goes off to the right. So I tried to go in here, and I got quite stuck. Whoops. Yeah, oh, here I am trying to figure out my shit. I like how you can visually see the horn. It has like a sound wave that comes out of it. Very dark, isn't it? Another announcement, though, we have. It will be. It's been out for a while when you watch this, but I did a American Truck Simulator video recently. That's kind of like a little side project I'm working on. It doesn't really have a set schedule. There might not even be an episode 2 yet, but the idea is basically we're going to do at least one episode for every county in the USA, all 3,000 and some of them. Some of them we probably will not be able to do because there won't even be a little stretch of road that does it, but I did some California stuff. And the idea is to have sort of music in the background, make some playlists, and then you listen to them at the same time. And it'll be a sort of chill series. And hopefully discover some new music. I've been trying to do as many bands from each state as there are counties in that state. So far, I've gotten through, California, New York, which are both fairly easy because a lot of bands are from those two states. And then I did some smaller states. I did Connecticut and New Hampshire, which are two of the states with the least number of artists. I want to say I did another one, but I'm not sure. I might have finished Rhode Island. Yeah. Yeah, discovered some interesting bands, and then I put some work in on Florida and Texas, which still aren't finished. Texas is going to take me forever to do because there are 254 counties here. But that shouldn't really be surprising if you look at how big Texas is. Everybody's got to be near their center of the county. It's not like Alaska where everybody flies everywhere in Alaska anyway, so it doesn't really matter how close you are. You're isolated no matter how close you are. You could be 30 miles away and you're completely isolated from the next town because there's a mountain in the way or whatever. Man, I am so stuck. It's kind of something I'm hoping that the Snowrunner series goes into, is kind of a more exploratory type of thing. I'd really love a game where it's like you're going into a frontier, like no trails at all. You're just explorers on a new continent. I guess it could be like a space game or something where you're on a new planet. I really want to do like a fictional Earth where somehow we've gotten to like the modern era of technology and haven't discovered that there is a giant or two giant continents on the other side of the planet. It's unlikely, I know, but it would make for a really cool game if you could do sort of frontier but with off-road vehicles. Then again, I guess there's still plenty of places in the world that do not have roads. So could have an interesting video there or game. Because like if you combine the style of gameplay that they use for this series with randomly generated terrain, you could come up with a pretty interesting exploratory thing. I guess ideally you'd tie crafted maps to uncrafted regions, so you sort of travel through the procedurally generated region, and that develops into the destination map, which is actually crafted for exactly what they need, but it kind of gives you a greater sense of journey. Definitely seems like non-human designed maps are the new big thing in gaming and what is the technology that's moving on. Because, I mean, as far as crafted games goes, we've kind of peaked. Like you can make them better, but you just have to put more time into them. See Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, that game is very close to being a perfect cowboy game. I'm sure there are a couple little niggles that are wrong with it, but I can't think of any offhand right now. I know GTA 5 has a few flaws, even though it is a very good game. But hell, that game's like 7 years old now. We can do a lot better than that. Unfortunately, Rockstar has turned it into a cash cow, so unlikely we'll be seeing another GTA game anymore. I think my hype for GTA 6 finally died when the PlayStation 5 reveal show this year, and Rockstar's big new game is they're releasing GTA 5 on new systems. Oh, really? It's 7 years old. It was released last generation, and you're releasing it again? Like, and the thing is, so a lot of people, I think there was a rumor going around that they were going to remaster Red Dead Redemption, which is a bit of a ridiculous idea, though it should be re-released on newer consoles because it was released on, PS3 and Xbox 360 only. No PC copy. What? So hopefully that gets ported, but Rockstar hasn't been known for doing good ports. Anyone who's tried to play the PC copy of Bully will attest to that. Though the Xbox 360 port of Bully is very good. That's the one I have. It has some extra content and everything. And is still definitely worth playing. We'll probably end up playing it in this series, so that will be a long time. Because we got to get all the way through the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. But definitely looking forward to doing that because I'm a big fan of Bully. But the rumor was more like that they were going to remake Red Dead Redemption in the Red Dead Redemption 2 engine. But I was like, but Red Dead Redemption 1 is a pretty good game. Like, there's not really anything wrong with it. There was a lot that they improved in Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's not like it's unplayable or anything. It's still a fun game to play. It has the same lock-on mechanics and pretty similar hunting mechanics. It's just a little bit different, really. But yeah, that would still be smarter than re-releasing GTA 5. Like, not even re-releasing Red Dead Redemption 2. That would have made sense. But no, we're re-releasing our 7-year-old game because we want to make more money. Well, it seems we have found the Tayga, whatever it's called. We just got to fix it now and fill it up with gas. But yeah, I've totally lost interest in Rockstar. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a positive, though, because that game is great, despite it coming out after Rockstar's greed machine has taken hold. But it was in development probably since 2013 anyway, so it might not be a sign of the future, because once you start developing a game and you've spent all this time on it, you're going to make sure you make it as good as it can be. But hopefully that'll be the trend, at least, that they do make a very high-quality game and then milk the hell out of it, as opposed to just making a terrible game and milking the hell out of it. It'll be interesting to see if GTA is still on top when it comes back, because it'll have to compete with Watch Dogs, which is getting better every game of our sample of 2 games. But think about it, if they improve Watch Dogs as much as they improved it from Watch Dogs 1 to 2, then we would have exponentially greater Watch Dogs games. Still looking forward to Legion. The recruit anyone feature is a little suspicious to me, but maybe they'll pull it off. It feels like it'll get repetitive eventually, And it's really just feels like unnecessary innovation. It's like, couldn't you just give us some, like, actually written characters? Like, just give us, like, 4 or 5 that we can pick from. We don't need to have a million different options. But I have been waiting for a GTA clone set in London for, well, forever, really. Since the first time I discovered what GTA was, I guess. It's taken a while. I guess I must have started with games like The Simpsons Hit and Run and Mercenaries 2, the 2 best GTA, or closest thing to GTA you can get and still be a T-rated game. It's surprising that the Sleeping Dogs franchise isn't a franchise. Because that was a quality game. I guess it didn't do as well as it should have done. But that was an excellent GTA clone. Like, it went toe-to-toe with GTA 4. I mean, it was very arcadey, but it was a good kind of arcade. Yes, this is what I was thinking of, buying that. But I might just go for the American trucks, because it's going to be a weird transition if I just suddenly say, hey, we're buying this today. And that one I'm not sure about, because that one I've seen on the map, but it's not listed as a collectible vehicle for this map, so I'm not sure if we can get that or not. I'm probably just going to move on to the next map, and from there we're just money farming. But it looks like we're reaching the end. Oh, look at that. Look at those tires. We'll be back next week to get a vehicle, which I still haven't looked up. I do hope you have enjoyed, and I hope I get my audio fixed. Well, then. He's making a lot of noise in the parking lot.